Hey everybody, it's David from David in Progress, where we talk about financial independence, retiring early, and living your best life from the perspective of someone who is trying to do those things. Today is the very beginning of May, and I wanted to do something a little different this time for me, and that is go a little bit backwards to talk to you about this channel. You see, it is amazing to me, this YouTube thing. I think about right now, we are talking. When I make these videos, I really do think about a conversation between us. It's kind of intimate in a way to know that you are watching this on a phone or on your tablet or from your television set. And really, in my mind, it's a conversation. And I wanted to pause at this point and just thank you for watching. And thank you for the comments that you've left, the encouragement that you're giving on my journey, but really, more importantly, on your journey, the things that you have shared with me, the things that you have commented, and the encouragement that you are providing to each other. So this is a bit of a thank you episode, if that makes any sense. I have some comments that I'm going to read and address. I'm sure you haven't read every comment that's on the channel, wouldn't expect you to. And at the end, I have a shout out to some other YouTube channels, some small channels just like myself, that I think are amazing. And I'd really like to encourage you to go out and watch. And I want to thank these folks also for being some of my favorites as far as leaving comments and enjoying their content as well. All right, well, let's get into some comments that I've received since doing some of these videos. And so the first one I have here is from the video Overcoming Fear, talking about the overcoming fear of early retirement. And it says, "Glad I found your channel. Okay, I need a mentor. I'm 53 years old, male, and I want to retire early, like badly, and it's ... I'm learning a lot, but I need someone to help with all the questions I will come up with and get input from someone who's doing it. I hope as I follow you, I can reach out with questions and get feedback." Yes, absolutely. If you're someone following this channel, you leave a comment. I do the best I can to respond to that comment. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy who is out there making mistakes. I've done some good things. I've done some things that I regret, and I want to share those with you completely. I think channels like mine and the others I'll reference at the end are critically important. Find people that are doing what you want to do and learn from them. Learn from what they're doing well and learn from what they're not doing so well. I call that R&D, rip off and duplicate. There is really nothing that you want to accomplish that somebody else similar to your circumstances has probably not accomplished. So dig into that person and those people, find out what they did to make that happen. That's the research. And then find out some people who maybe are unsuccessful, have mistakes and don't do what they did. Rip off and duplicate. Find people who did great things and do that. Find people who screwed up and don't do that. It's not that hard. Rip off and duplicate. Okay, so here's another one. This one's from the video Retired at 56, What Will Go Right? In that video, I talked about how my wife and I sat down and kind of cast a vision towards the things that we think will go right in our early retirement. And this person says, we made our list too. Money is fine, more time dedicated to health, reconnecting and spending more time with family and friends. We only get to see a couple times a year now. Hiking, camping, swimming, travel 3 to 4 months a year. Oh, that's great. In and out of country. Not dependent on having to return to work on a schedule, learning new things, learning languages right now. Well, that's really great. All is good. Not going to get to the end and have regrets. Not going to get to the end and have regrets. Isn't that the point? You may be someone who's interested in travel, that you may be someone who could care less about that. You may be someone who likes to visit family. You may not like your family. Regardless, what the point is to have that vision for what you will do in the future in your retirement, whether that is early or whenever that date may be. Write it down and let that pull you forward into what you want to accomplish. Again, find a community like this where you can seek out other people that are doing what you want to do or have done what you want to do. Here's another one, and this is a big one. My only hesitation about early retirement is having affordable health insurance. I'm 56. I never had more than a week off from work my entire life. I guess I'm burnt out. If I could have confidence in affordable, good health insurance, I'd go with it. It's kind of sad. I've never had more than a week off from work my entire life. I feel for you. I was the same way. I'm a dedicated or was a dedicated worker. I felt like, especially in my manager role, that I could not take more than a week off at work at a time. It was not until I pivoted to a different role, which we'll talk about at another time, where I finally felt comfortable taking multi-week time off, a couple of weeks at a time, never more than that. Now in early retirement, it's really great to go travel and not worry about what is waiting in the email and all that kind of thing, and slow traveling, enjoying where we are. I would encourage someone who is in that lifestyle where you're not taking any time off is to go ahead and do that now while you have the job. You know, whatever is going on at work is still going to be there when you come back. Go ahead and take that time off and start taking some dream trips now while you have the income, while you have the health insurance, and you can go out and do things and start testing what it's going to be like when you are retired and you have complete freedom to travel. On the medical thing, that's important too. I'm a cancer survivor, a story we'll get into at another time, so medical is very important to me. I've actually been shocked as I've gone into the ACA and found out how inexpensive, if you qualify for the subsidy, healthcare can be. So it's very critical to know where you stand in your expenses, your income, what that's going to look like once you move on to retirement. And then, of course, I highly encourage you to get the HSA and fill that up, as I mentioned in another video. So thank you so much for that comment. I encourage you to dig deeply into medical. Find people that are doing it. You may find that it's not quite as expensive as you thought. Either way, if you budget for it and bake it into your retirement plan, then you should feel comfortable with that expense. Don't let your health insurance keep you from reaching your dreams. Okay, here's another one. I retired at 54. Well, congratulations. I think retirement is just as much unknown as working. You either have job security and don't worry, or you don't and you worry about your job. Retirement is more or less the same. You either worry or you choose not to. If you really set yourself up financially and adjust your spending accordingly, you can live year to year. Just enjoy. Don't worry. Be responsible. Congrats. That is some terrific advice. You know, if you're a worrier while working, it's very likely you're going to be a worrier while not working. Just go ahead and accept that. Just think about some of the stress that you have now in your working life, you're probably going to have in your retirement life. And that is okay. You know, in a worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out, we find out the numbers were not correct, I'll just go back to work. I can go back to work part-time. I can go back to work full-time. Either way, I'm better off because I planned for this time. And that is what you can do too. Don't think just because you retire that is the end of things. If you mess up, if you turns out that you don't have enough saved or something goes wrong, go back to work. So while you're working, have the skills and things that you can market yourself to get back to work if you need to. Retirement is not an end, it's a beginning. Maybe it's a beginning to a complete lifetime but not having that full-time job. Or maybe it's the beginning of finding a new job, something that's part-time or seasonal. Either way, it's not the end, it's simply the beginning. Thank you so much for that comment. This one's a really important one. I'm about the same place and I appreciate your comments. One of the fears I have is not having much time in retirement. I've had a decent number of friends who have passed away before retirement or have passed not long after they retired. I definitely am afraid of running out of money and all the other things you mentioned, but I am more afraid or more worried about dying early. I'd rather take my chance. I'm retiring early at 60. That is a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? You know, I can't tell you, and if you watch my video, it's easier to die than retire. The number of people that I helped in my HR role transition out of work, either through retirement or layoff or whatever, that ended up passing away within a few months. It's a terrible thing, isn't it? So that is a big one for me, especially as a cancer survivor. My father died when I was very young. I don't have any memories of him. My mother died of cancer and she was only 62 at the time, and it was a very long, drawn out thing. And those experiences helped teach me that I don't want to wait. I don't want to die in a cubicle. I don't want to be someone who spends 40 years working and building up, all these things. And then you end up with just 5-10 years to actually do something with it. That is part of the point, why we want to live now, do our best now, have our best life now. And you can do that while working. Don't get me wrong. You can live your best life while still having a job. Those are the people who make the most of their PTO, who are building up that FI savings and do the most with it. The key is just realizing how short life can be and making the most of it today. Don't live in the tomorrow, live in the today as well, so that you appreciate every single day and that you have plans for in the future of things that are going to even be better. Here's a really good one. Most people don't spend enough in retirement. Spend more. Never die the richest guy in the graveyard. That's a really important comment. There are a lot of stories out there about people who spend their whole life saving, and then when they get to the part where they're supposed to be spending, they just can't do it. Now, it is really hard to transition that mind from the scarcity mindset to the spending mindset, which is something that I am really struggling with myself, quite frankly. So I think, and I appreciate this advice, that's why we are setting budgets of money that when we get into our travel, that we're going to spend every dime of it. You can watch the video where I talk about that. It is important to make that transition. Everyone's going to run out of time. You're going to die. Not everybody is going to run out of money. So if you plan correctly, spend it. You spent your whole life working towards this moment. So spend it. Have a great time. Create a legacy if you want to with someone else by giving some of the money away. That's important too. Either way, you got to release that scarcity mindset and move on to a new one to enjoy the fruits of your many years of labor. So as promised, I have a shout out here to 4 channels that I highly recommend that you watch. I'm a very small channel, and these are also small channels that could use more subscribers. More importantly, they have fantastic content that if you're watching this channel, you may already be watching them, but either way, I know that you're going to not only enjoy what they have to say, but get a lot of value out of it. The first is Mitch at Minimalist Lifestyle. Mitch has, first of all, the coolest hair you'll find on the internet, but Mitch has a very unique story in the way that he's living his early retirement life. And he's doing it from a minimalist perspective, as you might get from the title of his channel. I think you'll really like what you'll find when you watch his videos. The next one is Peter over at Debt Free Early Retirement. This guy, Peter, if you're watching this, I know you are awesome. Where Mitch had the best hair you'll find on the internet, Peter has the best beard you'll find on the internet. Now, Peter is not retired yet. So that's one of the great things about watching his videos, because he is just a couple years away. And so I know it's going to be exciting to see the journey of where he is now. And when he finally gets to that point where he pulls the trigger for early retirement, he's got a fantastic perspective. And I love the beard. I love the accent. I know you're going to enjoy his channel. Brett at Hope to Prosper. Now, Brett was kind of a sneaky one. I didn't realize at first he had a channel, and I clicked on it, and I just love the videos that he has. Very different. He takes you out on a nice walk in nature as he talks about early retirement, how he got there, and what he is doing. And just terrific scenery as you're watching his channel and you're watching his videos. So I highly recommend it. Brett, thank you for all the comments you provide on this channel. I'm learning a lot from you, and I'm learning a lot from your journey since you are a couple of years ahead of me. It's just fantastic stuff. Now, lastly, this is a really, really new channel, and this is one of my favorites as far as new ones, and really could use your help to add subscribers and help them grow. This is a husband and wife combo, which makes them very different. It's Jim and Sherry at Our Retirement Early Journey. So Jim and Sherry are not retired yet. They've got 3 kids, fantastic couple, and they're doing this channel together, sharing their journey as a married couple with multiple children and what they've done to prepare for early retirement. So Jim and Sherry, I just want to thank you for following the channel, for the tremendous comments that you leave. And I want to tell you how excited I am that you've started a channel yourself. And I can't wait to watch more of your videos. So those are some fantastic YouTube channels. I'm going to create a playlist here on my channel. I'm also going to have links down in the description area to these as far as show resources, so to speak. Go out and check out those channels, subscribe to them, and leave comments, like them, all those good things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being around here with me at David in Progress. Like I said at the beginning, I'm so thankful for you. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate this time that we have together every week or whenever you click on my videos. I got to do the ask, please like, subscribe, all those kinds of things. Most importantly, again, I love the comments. If you want to be featured here on the shout out and comment show in the future, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Why are you watching this channel? What are your goals that you're getting from YouTube? And I just love to hear from you. So thank you so much and welcome to May.